Hello, testing. Bump, ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Cool. All right, we should be live here. Let's see. Is there anyone in the chat? Hi. To no one so far. Yes, hi, everyone. Let's see. Bum ba da dum bum 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 bum. All right. Who is it? John Murphy? Is that you? It is. I see you, John. You said you'd chat this time. Better get some engagement. More than just the sad squeaking of my mic here. Boop, ba-da-da-doo, boop, 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 boop. Kind of Nutcracker sweet, isn't that what that is? Dun 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 dun. So, I've decided that I'm gonna just keep working on what I've been doing yesterday, which is not so it's tedious, but I think what I'm gonna do is actually give us a little like riff or something to listen to in the background while I'm working on it. If that makes any sense. Let's see. Didn't get our iPad coming up in our audio MIDI settings here. Enable, that's why. Because what I'm going to be doing is unnarrated for now. And then I'm going to probably do recreate this whole thing in a lesson eventually. Let's see. Okay, now our iPad. There we go. We got some sound here. Do. How about I move my iPad to where y'all can see it a little bit better. You can see what I'm jamming on. All right, so I guess we should be live. I'm not getting any feedback from people who said they were supposedly gonna hang out in the chat. And I guess I could check over here. But yeah, I'm doing an hour. This is a milestone. It's the first time I'm doing a stream on schedule. John, there we go. Hey man, it's just us hanging out here. Good to see you. I think. Yep. I don't know. It says there's 2 people watching. Hey. Yeah. How are you? It's actually just gonna do like the most tedious stuff in the world, which is I'll assume that you're actively listening to this, John Murphy, and talk to you. Oh, that's a little loud. Yeah. So remember I was telling you I wanted to make this track that I'm like I find this perfect little uh, drum loop that is ultimately minimal here. I think it's just looped here. It might be a little. Let me make sure. Yeah, I let me. Oh, don't judge me. So that's the loop. I heard that I was on like some social media, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I would love to sample that when using only that loop, only exactly just that one break, if you can call it that. Try to do this like ultra minimal track from it. So I've been doing a bunch of different takes and experimentations on it, and really just building the instruments I would have in Renoise. So having the original loop and then doing one of the sliced. And then what I've been most proud of recently is starting to build a roller, using the phrase things to do like build some like drum rollers. So again, I'm only using the samples that we have in here. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the master down. I don't know again how this is exactly for you guys volume wise, or I should say it should be good. If it's not good, turn yourself up. Got that. Got stretched out snares. Cool. Thank you for the feedback, John. So yeah, I've stretched all these snares out in Bitwig. Might as well pull up Bitwig and show how we got that going on. And then the thing I was really going to get back to that I was really proud of myself last night in the reverse engineering of the beat is this thing where you can kind of hear if we go back to this beat, and I'll turn on auto seek and Renoise. So we'll solo that track. If we go back, the second, it plays through once. So there's those little scratches, if you can hear them in the background, like the, ricka kind of scratches there. And what I started doing was isolating those the hard way, which is to say I looked at the beat and I realized I think this original beat was made with with exact samples, not a drum machine. And if it is a drum machine, you can see our transients. Well, I guess I'd have to compare a couple of different dudes here, what do you call them? Samples of the drums here. But long story short, they are all the same enough that I realized that I could go through and start phasing them out, where I could, copy the sample, invert the phase, and then cancel out the actual snares and the kick drum sounds in order to get those scratches. And so I went through and I did that last night. Let's see over here. And yeah, it actually ended up working pretty well. And those two snares are just left over there. I swear, that little bit of noise has never sounded so good. But yeah, I realized that I could do it a little bit better. So that was kind of the plan, was to come onto here. But then I was like, this is going to be so insanely boring that I figure I might as well just make a fake little melody. Or, why would it be fake? make a melody to play in the background while I'm doing that. So literally making a background music for the music. So that's why I've pulled up a Reason instrument here and just thought, we'll do like a quick chord progression. Okay, so I keep for some reason writing in 3/4. I don't know. This just popped into my head. Down, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down. Let's just go for it, and we'll go up. We gotta go up to our thing here. Keep an ear out. If you hear a doorbell in the background, I'm supposed to be getting a new chair today. So, yeah. Let's, I hope I don't miss that. Anyways. Yeah, so go back and do our boom. So that's our pattern that we're gonna do. Let's do 12. Or did we do 12 edit step? That wasn't 12, is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, undo that. We want to go a lot faster than that, maybe about 140. Okay, yeah, so then we'll make our, what's 72 times 2 is 144. Oops, we didn't space that right. We'll move these ones down. Like, see, I'm not gonna do, why would I do tedious things on purpose? When I could just do so much, so many more interesting things on here. Make beats, man. Everyone wants to hear beats. All right. We'll just, make a beat. Why not? So, dun 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 dun. How about that? That's a good. We gotta go shut OBS. So, okay. We done. Okay. Turn our edit back on. Bomb. Oops, didn't work. So he said dun da da. Okay, we'll do that one. Okay, now we can go and boop boo doo 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 doo. And I guess, let's just layer some more stuff in. Hello to everybody here. Community Showcase, Cherry Dipper, have this too. How you all doing? Yeah, I might as well run with this. It's fun. I mean, I'm gonna save this as a variation of what I was working on before. And I guess I feel like, full disclosure, I need to like, Twitch Jam. Okay, yeah, I'll never use that name again. Probably need to, yeah, this is a jam. Whatever, jams happen. Dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Let's go here and find some pads to layers. I don't really like that pad. Let's see if we can bring in some of these snare rolls I was working on, if they make sense. Bring them in real soft. Not really, but we'll fix it. Okay, so let's maybe take another look at. Wanted to bring in. See, I changed the pitch or the speed of the song pretty radically, and that's why our buddy over here stopped doing exactly really what we want it to. So we'll bring up the instrument controls. Why don't we just make a new channel for it, and then just deactivate all of our patterns there. Turn that one off. Go over there. And then match our volume so it doesn't come in super loud. Okay. Oh, I love how the program map. Oh, that is like the best feature right here. That the program map for the phraser comes right up in the instrument properties. Okay, so again, it's kind of, this is tricky, I think, because for whatever reason, songs have been coming to me in 3/4. So this whole song's in 3/4. So why don't we just see if we go 24 and we put it how does that? Because we probably want to dun 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 dun. That's what I'm kind of feeling. And let's see, why don't we go take our snare roller one, undo what we just put down there, undo all these, and then see if we can't just use the rollers that we have to do like some kind of grace notes. So if we go and we add in a new phraser, That's just one, just a note, and then go over here. Okay. Okay, so we want to dun 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 dun, and I think that's gonna be set our edit step at 12. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. So we gotta disable. Why don't we? Yeah, let's see. Let's bring this one in. We'll see how it sounds. And right now, we're gonna work and disable these ones. Okay, so we're already hearing that a little bit. We gotta make sure to go into our pattern phraser. Let's turn off our repeats. Okay, so it's just acting like a normal sample. And then why don't? Okay, so right now, let's go and tear this apart and just make this. We have our, there we go, perfect one little kick drum right there. And we'll just put that at the top of every beat, or I'm sorry, at every measure. And then we will alias those. And turn on some volume. And okay, so it sounds like I would like that at the middle of everyone too. See, yeah, that's turning out nice. Control U to make the pattern unique over here, because I want to add another little grace note. Bum 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 bum. All right, we'll go down, and really should. I wonder if I can change this real quick in the song preferences. What I want to change is how these little highlighted bars here are only going every 24. I want to make them every 12. Default pattern length, well, we should change that to 144 in case we make more. Highlight every X blocks. Okay, that's not what we wanted. Ticks per line. Boop, 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 boop. Highlight block offset. Don't want that either. And that's a weird one. I think it would be in just look and feel, kind of plug in this. I don't want to get too lost in trying to change this right now. Yeah, slowly losing interest. I think there's one other place it might be. Song comments. No. Song options one more time, and then we'll just get back into our audio here. Ticks. Yeah, it's the highlight. I keep telling myself the one rule of I'm not gonna Google things. So we'll just have to, I'll have to just work on my eyes and my edit steps here. So now, yep, gonna alias this one with Command P, alias it to pattern 1. So now, okay, so let's go back over to our snare here, and oh, yes. Interesting. Why did it, okay, so that's because this one is out. We have to change our note here, so, and then change this whole up an octave. This track. Okay, and then we're gonna do a similar thing. Go here. And then add another note column. Hey John, by the way, it blows my mind that you use decimal. What do you mean? Where am I using decimal? Hexadecimal, you mean? You know, and there is a real, I forget exactly what it is that we can change between decimal and hexadecimal. Instead of hex for the count on the left side of the pattern. Oh, well, that's because I'm also at bass, because I do 24 lines per beat. So hexadecimal tends to confuse me, I think, a little bit on that. So you're talking about like this column under, yeah, on the left side of the pattern. I think that's what you're saying is the line number. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to add another note column, and then, oh yes, that won't work because you need to add a whole nother column here, a whole nother track, because I want to have this little rolly up thing. Yeah, like you said, I mean, sometimes there's other places I really like the hex, like, because I don't think you can change it back to decimal in the note and what are the other ones? Columns, note and, or no, I'm sorry, the pan and volume columns. But yeah. So, yeah, I like hexadecimal. I like it's easy divisions for the 128, obviously. Okay, so, yeah, this is what I wanted to try to do. Ooh, man, that's nice. Okay, now, also, though, I did want to be a little strict about my, it is Alt-Tab moves us focus around, okay, about my instrument here, and so that, the way I've been using my pattern sequencer to make those rolls would be 03. Man, that is pretty cool and satisfying. I feel like it's taken me so long, but finally I'm starting to get a technique for, like, you know, I mean, that with this pattern sequencer, being able to do these different drum rolls. I was trying to do them in reverse, but then you get some problems with your dynamics. Okay, up, off. Wait, okay, and then, so then this is, I think, the problem here is we gotta go Z04. Or is that, oh, okay, so it has a default one, I guess, is the last one you selected. Interesting. So again, well, we'll just go into the instrument and try to keep that. Okay, cool. This is working out nicely. Command P, alias the pattern 0. Let's let it play through here. And then we'll command U to make that last one unique on both of these, because we'll add in a little extra roll. This is kind of turning out kind of dungeon synthy fun. And then why don't we do a Z03? So, alright. Yeah, this is turning into a jam. I guess we've already kind of gutted a lot of what this project originally was. And I have a copy of it saved. But I think the important part is I have the snares and stuff. So I guess instead of ending up being a tutorial, it'll just be a live beat maker. And that's a good idea, I think, for some of these streams, is just doing beats from the ground up, right? I mean, because that almost doesn't even require an idea, to be honest. You know, you can kind of just go for it. Go for it. Okay. And then, okay. So now we've got bum, bum, bum. Why don't we add another little bit of pizzazz back in here, and you know, we're just gonna be, I mean, what good is life if you're not just totally extra, I think. So what I'm gonna do is pan, if it's easy, if this works, pan a little to the left and a little to the right. Our little guys here, and then we're gonna group them, and then we're gonna put a little reverb on them. Maybe, I don't know. What do you think? So I'm gonna select the track, hit Command G. I'm gonna drag the track in here. And I want to actually, we're gonna unalias this one, make it unique. Go back into here. And then do another that of probably pattern 2 or 3. Probably pattern 3. Okay, very cool, very cool, very legal. Let's go put some reverb on them. Boom, 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 boom. So, mix, and again, to be honest, I think at this point I really have, you know, you guys getting a full, clear stereo picture at times. Was doubling up on the software or hardware synths were coming in twice. And yeah, maybe, you know, why not? Let's try to get a software synth or a hardware synth in there. See what happens. Why not? But first, I wanted to put a little bit of stereo spread on this chorus, just to try to make it. That's mono. It's a pretty subtle difference. And again, I don't know if your stereo is coming in totally perfect. And then we're gonna give you a little bit of more reverb on these voices. Maybe turn them down an octave. And then I'm gonna put, that is very reverby, as we can hear. I'm gonna put a little filter on the kick, just because it's a little bit punchier than I want. So I'm just gonna like take a little bit of the low end meat. Bum, 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 ba, bum, bum. So now what I want to do is work on the tone for this ARPy thing. Yeah, sorry if I really am running around to like 1,000 ideas all at once here. It's kind of how it works a lot of the time. Yo, shout out again to Cherry Dipper, Have This Too, and Lurks. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. It's great to see you here. Okay, so yeah, we don't really want to fly totally blind. No, I like this Europa synth, but I think maybe I'm gonna go and try doing I kind of want a plucked sound, is what I'm thinking. So I'll go to Parsec, which is, I love Parsec. Yeah, feel free to chat, guys. Feel free to say something again if you want. Let's see, we're at 34 minutes. Again, thanks for tuning in. This is my first like real, scheduled stream, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it today because I like try to come up with ideas, too many ideas in advance. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna do it today. We're gonna do it. Okay, so plucks and mallets. I'm gonna go get. Let's try some different plucks. 6. Let's just see. Is this? Oh, I like that one. And yeah, this has become more of my workflow. This is a big reason I use because kind of at this stage in the game, unless I have something really specific I want to do, I'm kind of assuming that I can get about 90%, 80 to 90% of where I want with a synth, especially when I'm just playing around with presets, and then I'll go and okay, I want to change this, I want to change that, I want to do some, whatever. So let's bring that in with these vocals. So just gonna keep working on the railroad. I'm just taking some of those extra snares out, which I feel like I shouldn't do. I should like keep them as a duration, but okay. So I like where we're at. This is good. Maybe we don't need so much reverb. We don't need like 10 seconds. Okay. On those voices. So we definitely need like a clap kind of thing coming in. Again, this is deviated. This has gone a completely different tangent than I was planning on doing. The most tedious, boring work, which is really fascinating. For maybe I'll just use some of my. That's a good snare. Yeah, why don't we just try using this as a snare? And that's not the right note there. We need to go down here, edit step 12, jump down. Nope. There we go. That's where we want it, right here. And then again, some of this aliasing stuff I've been doing is not super, it's probably a little overkill, but I like aliasing. It's fun. It's interesting feature as opposed to just copying. At least that a copy is a copy when you alias. So yeah, you know what? I am gonna alias these. Boom. Okay, so I do like this. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to render all these. Are they already rendered? I think that's the one. Let's see if this breaks everything. Okay, change the instrument on that track from 6 to... You can't even... Yeah, oh, this bothered me. 7. I'll have to get that. There's a really good script to do that automatically. So, okay, yeah, and this should probably just be down to C. Okay, yeah. And then we're gonna layer in some other clap or something. Or maybe a Sailor Moon noise. No. But don't we just try some anime action noises? Yeah, we're gonna do a whip noise. You know, it's weird because I feel like with some, they're all really cool noises, and I don't want to be too basic and just be like, oh, here's a snare, here's a hi-hat, whatever. But at the same time, yeah, it adds like a ridiculous amount of character to be, you know, adding in something like that. So I feel like you gotta be, you know, you gotta be careful, know what you're doing. And this is also a good, you know, time to where, okay, aliasing was a good idea because if we're having it be a little delayed, then we can scooch it back on one and we'll scooch it back on all of them. Okay, so we go to that. Over here. That is a nice, we should even do a lower cut. It doesn't fit the mood at all to have that whip in there, so we just can't do that. See, that's what I mean, is it's like it's too much character. We need something that is actually like kind of, if we're got kind of a serious mood going on, you know, fits that. Why don't we just, these are all weird. These are all weird because they're like double the speed. That one's good. Yeah, this crash, and then we'll pitch it down, and then we'll move it over to here. Turn the volume down. I think, you know, obviously if it's twice the speed, that would mean the pitch should be at 12. And yeah, why don't we just see? That's actually, yeah, not bad. Once we mess with the envelope a little bit, I think is going to be our key here. So, going to modulation. We have them both set on mod 1. Let's go set up a mod 2 for this second sample. Go into our envelope. And then just do our turn delay. See, I think that's actually pretty good. And then just arbitrarily see, give it a little bit of stereo. Why not? Doom doo doo doom. Let's turn up the reverb. I want to hear more of this reverb. Yeah, like we want a real, like, yeah. Then EQ this kick a little bit. Just naturalize it, make it softer. We need a little less dry. I don't, is that probably is just like, oh, it's just taking up room in the mix. So we can try to like put a digital filter on it. I mean, I probably shouldn't just have a big bassy reverb, but we can just filter it. Why not? I like that. All right, so then why don't we add a big old bass? Big old bassy boy. I'm gonna do that again with Reason. I'm addicted to Reason now, which don't matter. You're allowed to be addicted to reason if you want. Because it's your right. It's your right as a citizen. Not the base we want. We want something sustained, which we can make this one sustained if we wanted to. You know, we're gonna go pick a different synth for our base here. Yeah, why not try Vecto? Go into our rack extensions and go look through some of our Vecto presets for bass. Vecto presets for bass. See, that's actually cool. I love this synth. I do really like this synth. Relax this thing. So then we just jam along, you know, and like write a bass line. You know, it's not. I feel like one of my strong points. Writing like a good bass rhythm. Just gonna jam it and then we'll see what kind of works. Alright, recording it now. See, I like this bass sound, but it's not sustained enough. So there's a couple of ways we can handle that. We can look at the envelope and see really what it's doing here. And we could go and add, so I think this is what I'm gonna do. Now, how are these getting mixed? There's an automatic both come out of there. That's convenient. But what I need to do with this one is do a sub. Yeah, and that's kind of what we want more. And in fact, I don't want these note offs. So I guess I have to remove them by hand. Or, you know, we can just be tricky. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, boom. Remove this one. And then I guess we probably need to, and by tricky I mean using the keyboard shortcuts to go between our different guys over here. By guys I mean these patterns. You can jump between patterns with command up and down. I'm pretty sure that's a default. I like that. Let's see how it holds up in the bigger picture of the mix. Okay, so one thing immediately I want to do is duck the bass with the kick drum, which is, I want to say it's hard. It's not that hard. Well, it can be. It's not as straightforward as in other DAWs, but it really is. It's just different the way you do it in Renoise. And so what you need to do is throw what's called a signal follower onto the kick. And then what I've done is on the bass over here, and let's label this up here, bass. What's the caps lock put what's called a hydra on there, and the hydra is kind of like it takes one signal in and then distributes it to multiple outs. So it just gives our signal follower like a destination to put the signal following envelope. Okay, to our base, to our hydra, to our input. Okay, so now we go over here, and we can already see our hydra getting ducked, or at least the input to the hydra. The input to the hydra getting controlled by the volume of our kick drum here. And then, if we think about it, we have this gainer. And, okay, yeah. So then we do from out to the gainer. We do the gain. And we want the minimum to be negative infinity, and we want the maximum to be 0, I think. Except this is probably going to have the opposite effect. We want the minimum to be, and then the maximum to be negative infinity. So I think this should work. So when it goes all the way up to the max. Yeah. Okay, so now one thing that we're seeing is, see how this only is ducking it down a tiny bit? Which now we can tend to tune it by ear by doing our, is there scaling here? My apologies. My apologies if you guys are been hearing the audio through the microphone the whole time because my speakers run a little bit. Again, I want to say thank you, Cherry Dipper, Have This, John D. Murphy, and Lurks. Please subscribe, guys. Please, please. Yeah. Wow. This is cool. This is turned out to be pretty fun. Interesting experiment here. John Murphy's liked and subscribed, yeah. Interesting experiment in that I said I was gonna make a background beat, and then it became the whole project. So yeah, now I think because we're coming kind of towards the end and we got about 8 minutes, I'm gonna have a little fun and just jam a little bit over the beat, and then once I'm good on that, maybe I'll, like, in the last 3 minutes, go into this really technical stuff that I will essentially be doing when I'm off air anyways, is the idea. Yeah, that, I guess, is a good specialty topic class something. Okay, so, yeah, cheers. Thanks again. I'm just going to jam and then, come back in a couple minutes once I get bored, and then probably go into this technicality thing, or just, like, I don't know, we could work on the beat a little bit more, whatever. It's probably not worth getting into some weird technical rabbit hole in the last little bit. Ba-na-na-na, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da-dum. Yeah, it would be nice on this violin sound if it was a little bit more, if you could hear the reverb over everything else. It is already pretty loud. I think it's got a little bit of too much. Let's try to fit in our mix here. And by the way, don't ever take any EQing advice anybody ever tells you about anything. Just do what you want to do. All right, well, that's we're coming right up on an hour here, so I just want to thank all y'all for tuning in. This turned out to be a lot of fun. Again, this is our first scheduled Twitch stream. We did it. Yay, sweet. We made a cool beat. Shout outs to you, Cherry Dipper, Have This Too, Ice Wizards, John D. Murphy, and Lurks. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm gonna jam for like another 2 minutes, and then just we're gonna call it quits. So cheers. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers, guys. Thanks again. Take care. I'll see y'all next time.